got introduced at a young age. My mom passed away from suicide a few months ago, and I know you have no clue who I am, but you genuinely helped me so much. Whether that's just makeup tips or getting me through the death of my mom. I started watching your videos when you first, I can't even see. Hold on. I started watching your videos when you first started to blow up on TikTok. I remember introducing your videos to my mom and telling her how much you inspired me in all different forms.
Mikayla Nogueira just shook the internet to its core, and honestly, no one's recovering anytime soon. The makeup queen, who used to win hearts with her real girl with a drugstore haul charm, has now gone full luxury diva, and it's got the entire internet spiraling. It all started when Mikayla dropped what can only be described as a museum-level shopping haul. At first, fans were excited. After all, a little retail therapy never hurt anyone, right? But then the camera panned, and mouths across the world quite literally dropped, because this wasn't just one or two designer bags. Oh no, it was a sea of Louis Vuitton, a mountain of Chanel, a tower of Prada that looked like it could buy an entire neighborhood. And get this, she wasn't joking. When she said it was a blackout haul, she meant it. Mikayla laughed, saying she didn't even remember buying half the stuff. Half the internet wanted to laugh too, but the other half was ready to riot. Because here's the tea. The total came to almost $200,000. Yes, $200,000 in one day. And while fans were trying to figure out if this was satire or insanity, Mikayla just kept showing bag after bag, as if casually spending six figures was just another Wednesday. Within hours, TikTok and Reddit exploded. People were not amused. Tone deaf doesn't even begin to describe it. One comment read, "We're all broke and she's blacking out at Chanel." Another said, "This is the first luxury haul that actually made me sad." Someone even added, "I'm working 2 jobs just to afford groceries, and she is laughing through $11,000 jackets." The criticisms poured in faster than her unboxing videos, and suddenly her feed wasn't aesthetic anymore, it was offensive. But if anyone thought Mikayla would pause, reflect, or even read the room for a second, they don't know Mikayla. Because what did she do next? She dropped part 2. Yes, more bags, more designer, more chaos. It was as if she looked at the backlash and said, "Challenge accepted." This time, she showed off even bigger price tags, 5-figure jackets, $1,000 shoes, limited editions that looked airbrushed by angels. It wasn't just a haul, it was a high-fashion power move, and yet it had fans screaming for all the wrong reasons. People started comparing her to Becca Bloom, the influencer world's gold standard for out-of-touch luxury. If you know Becca Bloom, you know that's not a comparison you want. She's the face of overindulgence, and to be compared to her meant one brutal truth. Mikayla had officially gone corporate rich girl mode, and it hit her fan base hard, because that wasn't supposed to be her brand. She was the relatable makeup artist with a thick accent who made drugstore beauty cool again, not someone flaunting a $200,000 spending spree in the middle of a recession. The internet was confused, disappointed, and let's be honest, kind of fascinated. Then came the theories, because the internet never sleeps. Everyone was asking the same question: how could Mikayla afford this? The top theory is tax write-offs. Viewers claim she must be passing it off as business expenses, saying, "Oh, she's writing it off, that's how influencers work." And for a moment, it almost made sense, until creators who actually understand taxes chimed in and ruined the fantasy. Turns out, no, you can't just write off luxury bags because you showed them on camera. You'd have to prove you never used them personally. And Mikayla has been spotted multiple times carrying those same designer purses off camera. So that theory flopped faster than last year's beauty trends.
Okay, so basically I'm taking the curved side and I'm going root to tip and I'm satin to coat the lashes. And then once you've done that, you flip the brush to the side and you use the hook comb to basically separate into the shoes. Prada has extremely nice boots. Look at these. Already know I'm gonna get a ton of wear out of these. These are free.
If you're gonna call me a bitch, make sure you put "It's Britney" in front of it. It's Britney, bitch.
So, I blacked out. Kinda bad. So let's do my biggest luxury unboxing literally ever. Literally feel like Becca Blue. My shopping vlog, this was the bag you guys wanted me to get the most. and it was not a question. It was not a question. This is so sick. It is everything. I absolutely love it. I'm so into animal.
People are talking and they're saying that Mikayla, since she's an influencer, she posted content, meaning she made videos, she made the luxury hauls content. That's part of her job, it's part of her work, which means she can write all this shit off. We're on to you, girl. Allegedly, of course. Allegedly, of course. Very smart, buy kind of luxury, bags and clothing, ugly shoes, post content, get millions of views, get paid for the content, plus write the shit off. Bravo.
That's when the backlash went from mild annoyance to full-blown frustration. People started saying this wasn't just tone deaf, it was performative. Like she was purposely creating outrage because outrage equals engagement, engagement equals views, and views equal money. And honestly, they might be right. Because not only did she not apologize, but she doubled down, posting her part 2 haul with an even cheekier grin. It's like watching someone throw gasoline on a fire and stand there smiling at the flames. And you'd think that after all that, Mikayla might step out of the spotlight for a second, but no, internet detectives started resurfacing one of her older, equally eyebrow-raising moments. Remember the time 2 fans literally showed up at her house? According to Mikayla, they came with letters, and instead of calling security or setting boundaries like any sane influencer might, she opened the door and invited them inside to give them makeup. Yes, you read that right. Random fans inside her house getting free products. And just when everyone thought Mikayla Nogueira's luxury haul saga couldn't possibly get any messier, she hit the internet with something even more unhinged, a full panoramic view of her designer wall. Yep, a literal wall of designer boxes stacked high like some kind of shrine to excess. Louis, Prada, Chanel, you name it, it's there, glittering proudly behind her while she films in that now infamous house. And that's where things went from flashy to frightening, because fans immediately started panicking for her safety. Think about it, she's showing off hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff, all in the same house people already recognize. The comment section turned into a live safety briefing. "Girl, blur your address," one follower begged. Another wrote, "There are people out there who could figure out your street from a single screenshot. Stop posting from inside your house." And honestly, they're not wrong. The internet isn't your diary, it's a digital jungle. And once people connect the dots, privacy becomes a myth. Fans claim they've already seen glimpses of her neighborhood, the curve of her street, even parts of her backyard in earlier videos. It's basically influencer espionage at this point, except Mikayla's the one handing out the clues. But here's where the story takes a wild turn, because this isn't even her first round of backlash for making questionable choices online. Nope, before the blackout haul and the wall of designer flex TM, there was an incident so infamous that it practically redefined influencer trust issues forever. Yep, we're talking about Mascaragate. The one ad, you know the one, where Mikayla claimed a certain mascara made her lashes look unreal, except those natural results were clearly enhanced with a pair of very real falsies. The internet went ballistic. One close look at those thick, curvy lashes and it was over. People started calling it the biggest beauty scandal since foundation shade mismatches. That moment didn't just cost her a few followers, it cracked her whole relatable makeup girl image in half. Because once an influencer lies about a tiny thing like mascara, people start questioning everything. The casual, "I totally blacked out shopping" jokes suddenly don't sound that innocent anymore. The bubbly confidence starts to feel a little staged. It's like once the illusion breaks, you can't unsee it, and the audience sure didn't.
Okay, so basically I'm taking the curved side and I'm going root to tip and I'm starting to coat the lashes. And then once you've done that, you flip the brush to the side and you use the hook comb to basically separate. This is one coat. Okay, I'm gonna add a second. Look at the length. Do you see that? I am speechless. And I'm not sure anyone's gonna ever be able to compete with this mascara. But in my videos, I don't use filters, right? If I have acne, I show it. If I have darkness under my eyes because I didn't sleep the night before, I show it. I'm very open about how I look on TikTok and on camera because that's how I look.
Mikayla Nogueira took that pressure that she feels for herself and she literally photoshopped Selena Gomez to look bigger to me.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna ask someone very special what their favorite rare beauty product is. Hey, girl.
Hello, oh my gosh.
What's your favorite Rare Beauty product?
It's 100% the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Set and Mist.
Yes!
Yes!
And if Mascaragate was the first red flag, everything that came after looked more like a full-blown signaling parade. Fans started noticing what they called a pattern of denial. Mikayla swears she doesn't use filters. No AI, no smoothing, just lighting, she insists. But eagle-eyed viewers weren't buying it. Her jawline flickers mid-video, backgrounds warp like melted glass, and her face subtly shifts in ways that would make any editing app proud. Little digital hiccups that scream, filter alert. Nobody really mind a touch-up here and there. Everyone cleans their camera roll magic a bit. But pretending it's all raw and natural while selling skincare, that's where followers start getting furious. And then came the twist that nobody saw coming, the Selena Gomez selfie scandal. Out of all the collabs, Mikayla picked the one to quietly tweak. The internet detectives did their thing and discovered that in Mikayla's post, Selena's body looked wider while Mikayla's appeared smaller. Fans reversed the edit frame by frame, and the difference was undeniable. Editing yourself is one thing, but editing a mega celebrity to look different just to make yourself look better, that crossed an invisible line straight into savage territory, especially considering Selena has spent years dealing with body shaming. The internet was fuming. Some called it petty, others straight up labeled it deceptive, but everyone agreed it was a terrible look. And just when you thought that was the end of it, TikTok itself joined the party. One of Mikayla's videos reportedly got flagged by the app as AI generated. Yeah, the platform literally called her out. That label doesn't just pop up for fun, and when it did, fans were like, okay, there's no spinning this anymore. But did Mikayla own up to it? Of course not. She just ignored it, carried on posting as if nothing happened, as if an algorithm didn't just publicly question her reality. It's wild to think that just a few years ago, this same girl was sobbing happy tears on camera after hitting 1 million followers, swearing she'd never take her success for granted. Back then, her energy felt raw, real, and grateful. Now, between the hauls, the filters, and the scripted-sounding videos, fans say she feels like a completely different person, almost like she's running on autopilot. Even her tone has changed. What used to sound like passion now sounds rehearsed. People aren't upset that she's rich, they're upset that she seems to have lost the authenticity that made her worth following in the first place. And that's what has everyone talking. Can she really bounce back from this? Maybe if she stopped chasing luxury and started chasing realness again. If she scrapped the flex videos and returned to her roots, the drugstore favorites, the honest reviews, the tutorials that didn't feel like commercials. Because everybody loves a comeback. But first she has to stop acting like she's above the audience that built her. Mikayla Nogueira might still have the glam, but somewhere along the way, she lost the glow that made her root for her. The truth is, every influencer scandal fades eventually, but the internet doesn't forget patterns. And baby, Mikayla's pattern is starting to look like a rerun. So buckle up, because at this rate, the next blackout haul might not just break the internet again, it might break her image for good.